housing index. When will that happen? Probably another 300 years. Conventional bank has been here for the past 500 years. And it has, in certain things, it has proven to be a good tool to be used by Islamic finance to come up with the rates. If you don't use this tool, Islamic finance will not be at level playing field at all. Give you another example, the same example I give just now on the building. This building can earn a return of 14% per annum. To the investor, it's a good investment. But to the owner, why would I pay you 14% when I can go to conventional bank, pay 9%? So I need a housing index. There's no housing index, none in the world. So I got to use a benchmark. Then the benchmark is a benchmark yield. A benchmark yield currently is Treasury bill, 7% 5 years. So it has been pronounced, it has been agreed among the scholars, benchmark can be used. It's not non-Islamic in any way, and it's not non-halal, to put it that way. Because it's just a tool as long as you comply with 4 things. When you do any Islamic structure, then you're okay. Uncertainty, ghara, right? Gambling, non-ethical activities, and riba. And you are fine.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. It is interesting to see the Central Bank of Sudan introduce the monetary policy, the Musharaka, the Central Bank Musharaka certificate. But can you tell us how it works? One, and the second one is the utilization of that certificate. How do you utilize that? When you issue the certificate, how do you utilize the fund from that certificate?
According to the Musharaka of Central Bank of Sudan, you know that he replaced the past transaction according to riba and interest. So his relation with the bank, you know, this like policy according to the open market operation, he changed it, and he deal with this bank who ask for money according to Muraraba level. Each bank ask any amount of money, the Bank of Sudan give it to that bank, but according to Mudaraba. The principle of this relation, Mudaraba. If that money need, he gives in any amount of money that he needed, but according to the principle of Mudaraba level. And Mudaraba contracted separately, definitely, it is so different than what can the Bank of Sudan deal. The past year before the Islamization, he used a rate of interest for everybody. And that, you know that this is continuous relation. Also the bank deal with his client at pass according to rate of interest. So when you stop taking the rate of interest, this is a policy built upon the Islamic principle. And I said to you that the higher institution of Islamic Sharia board, the group of thinker of fuqaha or fiqh, and also some of economists, also the group of this institution is not only contain Islamic jurists only, but there are other specialization.
As far as the new model of Musharaka is concerned, how will the contracts be structured? Given that there will be 2 rates of profit, will there be two contracts? How is it structured?
Okay, as a mathematician, you just need only one contract. So whatever the 2 profit rates agreed between the 2 of them, it should be in the same contract. In the same contract. It's just that it's a new thing. Doesn't mean that we need to have another contract just to back it up. Because to me, like, I'm just the person in the public. Like, I want everything to be simple. And if there are so many contracts for anything that is new, and in the end, probably I just don't want to take that product at all. Anything that is offered to the public, like for myself, I want it to be simple. Okay, thank you.
Concerning the new Musharaka contract, isn't there a risk that both the bank and the entrepreneur, after a certain length of time, they both have the same profit? Because according to calculations, maybe if the contract is over a certain period of time, a very long period of time, there's a risk. I don't know, but maybe you have calculated it that there's a risk that both have the same profit. And what happens when this? What will be the reaction of the bank if this ever happens?
Okay, the example that I showed you is where the bank acts as the entrepreneur. Okay, so actually if there is definitely Musharaka has the risk, higher risk than the rest of the concept. So actually from the mathematics point of view, if there is loss, we can still use the same profit sharing rates to calculate how much that is lost between the two parties. It is still possible to calculate those. So anything, we just follow whatever that is in the contract. With that two profit sharing rates, it's still possible to calculate that. But according to Mr. Joharis, usually the bank will have the money and that will be given to the entrepreneur to invest. So that means we switch the hat, okay, whereby the capital provider can be the bank, and then the entrepreneur will be the public. So that is still possible for as far as the calculation is concerned, except that I guess the bank really scared that they might lose that profit, lose the capital to this entrepreneur. So in a way, there must be a check and balance on what the entrepreneur do with the money that is being given to him in the business that he is doing. And the bank certainly have that opportunity to check every time whether the entrepreneur has run away with the money or he's really making full use of the money to invest in his own business. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Mehran. I think I would like to request Mr. Nick to conclude the session, or else Dr. Ismail and Dr. Mehran will stay here and watch us move this. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. Thank you. Those were two different presentations. In Sudan, we have 7 Islamic banks for 40 million population, and we have 20 banks over here for 1.3 million population. Amazing, isn't it? So in Sudan as well, we have government securities. It's quite advanced when I see Sudan in terms of Islamic finance. I'm very, very pleased to hear that. On Sharia, even on Sharia board, you have a higher Sharia scholars that are taught to ensure that things are done very carefully, which is good. And there has been, I think everybody knows in this room that there has been a call from everybody around the world to have a standardized Sharia across the globe. Can it happen? Can it not happen? Will it give you more pros or more cons? In my opinion, I don't know whether it can happen or not. I think it will not happen, because we have, even from the root, if you look at Islam, we have four imams. Who are we to have one opinion for all Islamic finance product? Let's put it that way. And also the restrictions will come from the laws that each country adopt. Because whatever you do on Islamic products, when it comes to default, you have to go back to your civil court. And tell me which country has a full-fledged Islamic court in place that can actually hear defaults on Islamic finance. Malaysia has an Islamic court, but it's only for marital, for family, for divorce, for marriage. That's all we have. So it's very, very hard to have a one Sharia board for the whole world. That's on Sudan. On Musharaka, it's amazing. Someone from mathematical background can come up with a very outstanding, something different from what we have been doing so far.